Welcome to the Meta Minutes. This is a very quick review after the first week. Um, if you want to know more about me and why you should believe anything I say, go ahead and take a look at one of the full-length episodes. I'm trying to keep this short and quick. Mostly looking at things that stuck out to me after the first week of watching a lot of fights. And now that we have stats available on GG, we'll look at those together for some points I want to make. Apologies, I am in the middle of le grippe, or as they call it in English, the flu. So it's sort of painful, but nothing can stop me from playing GAC. So, datacrons wise, the under 100 health take a bonus turn is very powerful, especially in fives, especially with so many scoundrel teams out there, especially like Jabba who lost theirs, the CLS team, Dash, Sana, even if you don't have her DC. There's a lot of places where you can use the under 100 from set 6. Third sister, Reva. Zori beats her. Not Zori, man. The flu is no fun. Treya beats her for now until and if they fix the bug with the spells when most of the situations when death mark should be inflicted because of a self-dispel. It's not. You can see right now, third sister, yeah, you can use JMK sometimes. Other times, there's not really any good option besides Treya, to be honest. And you don't need a full Treya squad with Savage, and that's important later on. I'll mention it at the end. So keep Treya if your opponent has Riva. Treya is not a guaranteed high banner. You're going to see a lot more high offense 8 Brother. Those can break through some Treya squads or the protection stuff, especially depending on turn order. CLS can also beat Riva if you kill GI in the opening salvo. You need the Chupiocron and you need a lot of damage, but it's possible. It's like 60, some 25% here. You can see some other stats, blah, blah, blah. Here 100%, but again, it's only with a certain line up here. They have 9th instead of 8th. So it's doable, but you need certain gear thresholds. Java. A lot of people still have Java on defense. You're giving up. Oops, I just closed the Java tab. Anyway, Java is very easy to beat with Afra, and most people have Afra. Also can beat her with Reva, super easy. SLK, JMK. There's a lot more value with Reva with Java on offense, in my opinion, especially against Ray. Like almost all Ray comps, Java can beat. You want to avoid ones with Zori. You can still do it, but it's more difficult, more technical. Zori is more technical than undoable. And ones with Barris. Barris can be very difficult also. Again, a little bit technical, but you can still be sort of hard stopped. Yeah, otherwise, Java versus Ray is easy 64, 63 plus banners. This is probably the best Ray comp right now if you're not using Zori. If you're using Zori with Finn, looking at that. So here, just to give you an example, look at the win rates on this. Like, terrible win rates. An excellent comp. The really good ones require the shorty cron, but yeah, mirrors is the best chance. Some good JMK comps as well, but still devastatingly difficult squad on defense. Not too bad to 2-shot, but hard to 1-shot. Yeah, and then look, when you keep Zori with Finn and the bros, there's other options with the bros, but if you keep Zori with Finn and Finpo and their bro counterparts, there is no good non-GL option. Starkiller is pretty decent, so Starkiller and Afra, I guess. Maul, I actually saw Maul fail. Slightly different Finn Zori comp. I think Rose was in it. And yeah, same Maul comp. So obviously there's just some exceptions, and even GI is not being 100% of the time. Anyway, This comp is great, especially if you have higher relic levels on Finn and the Bros, which is difficult. Most people have them at 5 because of the prereqs. Darth Vader or Lord Vader. He's still actually pretty good. Lord Vader, IPD, and Darth Vader, assuming you have the IPD cron, which again is sort of a reach. JMK works, Afro works, SLK works with this particular comp. Riva, excuse me. Where's Riva? I saw Riva. Yeah, she works, but only 2 sample sizes. This is a good, it's a good Lord Vader comp to put on defense. JMK, especially if you keep Java for offense, you know, because you can beat some JMK comps with it. JMK, probably one of the best comps you can put out there right now, next to Riva, maybe even right up with Riva. Very powerful offense, defense, stops the TM nonsense in many teams. Excellent, very valuable team. And if you keep, for instance, if you're one of the people who will have Riva after, maybe now after week 1, or maybe you'll have it after week 2, have her after week 2, there'll be a bunch more then. You could put JMK on defense and keep Riva, because Riva can beat JMK on offense. But I think he's the best GL currently. Next one, Tuskens. People are really afraid of Tuskens. You don't really need to be. I mean, GAS and CLS, well, CLS doesn't even work very well, but GAS is a high value counter, of course, so some people don't want to put theirs, or they save it for Malgus or something like that. But Bad Batch beats it pretty reliably. Not really that complicated. There's very few assists or TM generation on the Bad Batch team. Bad Batch is spread really thin in this meta. Incredibly valuable team. Boss Lead with Fennec also beats it pretty well. Starkiller, sometimes GI, yeah, no problem. And this is probably my favorite. I saw this once, worked great. Probably will change a bit with sample size. This is obviously just the team that was used most often. Having Mace in there is pretty nice because you can kill some of the guys without actually letting your Qui-Gon die. Yeah, I like this team. Works well. Don't depend on GG. Yeah, here's the CLS with Boba instead, which Bo really doesn't do anything in 5s. CLS, awesome team. Do I have? Yeah, here I have this thing. I think this is the best team on offense and defense mixed with the Chupiocron in the first week. No team has a very, 90% is like the highest non-GL team you're going to see. 96 for Treya. Okay, sorry. Treya is higher. But in general, on Malgus too, but still Malgus is only at 93. Amazing team on defense, if for nothing else than banner reduction or to force a GL. Amazing team on offense. Great team. Great team. Lots of places to use them. Very interesting, I think, defining in terms of your strategy, one of the few strategy defining teams. Another comment. I saw this like 2 or 3 times. I thought it was clever. I think even Zara did it once. No Vandor in your dash team on defense. It doesn't change a lot the counters, to be honest, because either not Bad Batch, Troopers can still beat it. You can stop that a little bit by putting in Zal, and maybe if you have the Kira level 9, that might stop it because their TM can't be reduced. But most counters, Vandor is not going to stop in the current meta. But having an extra DPS in that team could pose a bit of a problem. So something to think about. Trench. A lot of people are going to have Trench in the first week. I don't know how many will gear him up, but as always, I would consider putting him on defense. He's a totally different beast in TW, so don't expect to get a lot of playtesting really in GAC. Playtest in Arena or something like that. Or watch creators. There's a bunch of creators. So yeah, I would put him on defense. Throw in Watt. If you're using C or SLK versus Malgus, you can use the Night Sisters or Savage. As I mentioned earlier, you don't need Savage in the trade team to beat Reva if that's your plan. So Savage is sort of free. You can go with C pretty well. And I'm going to end this at 10 minutes. Go forth, have fun. Cheers. Good luck.